Hey, what's going on, Martin? My name's Wayne. It's been about like 18 months since the last time I saw you guys in Taipei in a food show. This is actually where we started our brand, which is in Tainan, Taiwan. And right now we are in the food show here, especially in Taiwan, also in Tainan. People don't really get used to drinking craft beers. So what I'm doing right now, actually, I want craft beer can fit into people's life. That's why I joined all the street fairs or all the parties or all those markets in Tainan. So I want to make sure people can see this and they get used to more like what craft beer is. The difference between craft beer and a commercial beer is more about like the flavors and how we serve it. So commercial beers, you can easily just get it in maybe like 7-Eleven or all the supermarkets. But what we're doing here is very unique. We make sure people understand that beer is just part of the life, and we drink beer, we don't drink alone. That's our motto. Right now we have five beers right now, and that's our regular. The first one is the double IPA. The second one is the vanilla stout. So of course stout is a stronger and more like a malty drink. So somehow we add a little bit of vanilla in it to make it sweeter, so the consumers, they can get used to the flavor. They don't think it's too heavy for them.
You put vanilla in the stout?
Yeah.
I think you need to?
Well, it's not like we need to though, but somehow we still want to try to fit in, make sure the customer can take it first.
I'm going to try his stout because I love stout. So, and what he's done, he's put vanilla in it, which really sounds... So let's see what he's done. Wow, look at that colour. It's actually beautiful. And...
Yeah. We're still make it a stout.
That's strong. Wow.
It's not as sweet as you think, right?
No, but it's
creamy.
It's creamy.
It's really creamy.
I've always tried to find if Taiwan does their own style of beer, and they certainly have got their own version of a stout, because this is...
Well, like I said, right? Like, again, most of Taiwanese, they are not used to craft beers yet. And somehow the stout is maybe the strongest and heaviest, the flavor-wise for them. So it's like if you get used to drink like just like Starbucks, you're not gonna get like those like dark roasted coffee.
Yeah, but stout
or espresso.
Yeah, stout has a very kind of not so heavy taste.
Right.
This is a really heavy one.
Yeah.
So it's taken stout to a new level. I think it's a really interesting flavor.
And the third one is the peach cider. The cider is actually not a beer, so basically we know what's made for beer is malt, hops, water, and of course yeast. But somehow the cider is actually made by apple, so it doesn't have any malt in it. And the special about this beer is because we can taste a little bit sour and in because of the apple, and we add a little bit of sweetness from the peach. So that's we drink signature peach cider.
One of the big problems with fruit-flavored beers is it beer. So that is, you called it a cider, but I don't taste much apple. Am I expecting to taste apple? The peach has kind of taken over a bit, hasn't it?
So the only reason we make this because we just want the sweetness out from the apple. So we doesn't have a lot of too much apple flavor in it instead of like having peach in it. We want a little bit sweetness, a little bit more than the sour. So because it's more like that's a scene in Taiwan. People like to drink maybe like beer or drinks sweeter than it's supposed to be. Yes, and so that's why we make it this way.
Do you think cider's really catching on in Taiwan?
I think it's a trend. It's started getting there because most people don't know what cider is at the beginning. And since the entire craft beer scene is getting better and better, actually we are trying to introduce what's the difference between beer and cider and how people drink it.
So you're a traditional English cider maker?
I'm indeed. We make around 1,500 to 2,000 litres a year of pure apple juice ciders. Proper cider, as it's related to in the UK, is cider that's made of pure apple juice, unlike a lot of the commercial products which will be made from concentrated apple juice, which will be concentrated down in volume and then fermented up to a high percentage and then watered back with water to dilute it to reduce the level of alcohol that's within the actual cider itself. It makes more of the produce, but it reduces the quality dramatically. There's a popular idea at the moment of adding fruit to cider, which does in certain aspects enhance the flavour and variety of cider you can get, but unfortunately that obviously dilutes what you're getting in terms of the apple content. My personal opinion on fruit ciders is that it's a necessary evil to a degree. It brings more people into the cider industry, into trying real cider made with 100% apple juice, but it takes away the availability and difference available with proper cider, with whole juice cider.
Here today we've got a variety of ciders, rhubarb, sloe, chili, whatever. Do you think they should be labelled as ciders?
Personally, from my perspective, I don't think they should. I think that's one of the big gripes around cider at the moment in terms of what's correctly labelled as cider and what isn't. In my opinion, cider is whole juice, so it should just be apple juice. Same as perry is pear juice. If you add anything to it, you can happily sell it as an alcoholic product, just don't label it as cider. I think for me that's the key. Flavoured cider, flavoured apple juice, alcoholic beverage has its place in the market, yet I don't think it has the correct, it's not being used as the correct terminology for what the product actually is, and it's only going to confuse the market from here on in.
I've noticed the last few months, a lot of ABVs have got very high. I'm seeing 12%. Is this the way forward now, do you think, with some brewers?
I don't think so. Well, somehow I think that's a more like American trend, because since the IPA, and then the Americans, they do like double IPA, triple IPA, all the crazy stuff, and also people like to do like barrel aged, so they will make the ABV higher and higher, and the flavor may be stronger. But if you like something malty or easy to drink and refreshing, I believe the maybe 4 to 5 ABV is maybe the perfect number.
And do you think Taiwan's ready for these very strong ABVs?
I don't think so. Actually, the entire beer industry, I think it's growing, but somehow it takes time. Right now, especially, of course, Taipei is the biggest city and the capital of Taiwan. So actually, entire scene gets better, and especially people get used to it or understand what this is. But somehow, Tainan is more like a small town or a smaller city comparing to Taipei in Taiwan. So actually, people here don't really get used to what craft beer is. That's what we are doing right now. We start to teach and educate our customers what craft beer is and what's the difference between, like I said, commercial beer and craft beer. Also, what IPA is, what's an ale, what's a stout, what's cider. We starting by letting them know and maybe just show them and ask them to maybe have a sample of it, and eventually if they like it, they will know the difference.
Has it been difficult trying to get the local population to buy into your flavor?
Yes, actually, because like Taiwan beer is always a big brand and always a very powerful product because it used to be a monopoly, and right now craft beer scene we pretty much just started, especially Tainan, like I said, it's an older city, so people are more conservative and traditional. So actually it's really hard to make them like try new things. So somehow it's a little bit harder than when I was in Taipei. But we are trying and we are getting there. What we are doing right now is innovative, and I want to be into tradition, make sure people knows we are different than their traditional beers. We are concentrated on being better every single day and make sure people understand a little bit more, just a little bit more each day about craft beer.